How's the bandage? Is it too tight?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Now, you know what we want out of this scene. Roxanne is going to come and pay you a visit. You feel helpless, frustrated, cursing the fates. So what we want is a heavy dose of reality, but don't chew up the scenery, okay?
Low-key hysteria.
That's it, yeah. Hey.
Who's there?
Well, why don't you use your other senses and make a guess?
Okay, well, I know it isn't Megan, otherwise I'd smell a perfume.
It's me, Mari Lynn.
Rafe.
I have some news about Wade.
Did you find him? Is he all right?
The reason I called you is that both Sarah and I want to know what's going on. You just breezed into town and then you hinted at this big family secret, and now you want to fly away without telling us what it is?
We tried to track Dad down, Mom, but we can't find him, all right? So it's going to have to come from you.
That's right. You're the one that can put an end to all of this nonsense that Clint is going on about.
What did Clint tell you? Clint believes that one of us is Viki's daughter. Is that the secret, Mom? Is it true?
Leo?
Careful. He can't be trusted.
I heard that, Gordon. Viki has nothing to fear from me.
Oh, yeah, where have we all heard that before? I mean, every time somebody turns over a rock, there you are. Wait a minute, Tina.
Hold on a second. We turned over a hell of a lot more than a rock this time. And we also came up with more than Leo.
Cord's right. It doesn't really matter why we're all here.
No. No, the question is, where are we?
Whole city buried underneath Llanfair Mountain. Must have a name.
It does.
Roger, tell us about this place.
At one time, many years ago, this was a thriving, vital community. A secret city, known only to a select few. Eterna.
What are you talking about, Sarah? Of course it's not true. Viki is not my mother, and she's not yours.
Look, I'm sorry, but I just can't ignore Clint's theory, especially in light of everything that's been happening lately.
Oh, so Dad's been a little weird. That's Dad. He's always been a little eccentric.
Then why do I feel like I'm being torn in a million different directions? And why do I feel like everyone is dancing around the truth here, including you, Mom?
Honey, I'm not being dishonest with you. It's just that this is something that your father wanted to tell you himself. In fact, he was going to tell you as soon as he got back. And then he decided to wait a little, and, well, now he's disappeared again.
Okay, so now it's up to you.
Just tell us the truth, Mom. Is one of us Viki's daughter?
Oh, Sarah, please.
Yes or no?
Look, Sarah, I don't think it's my place to answer those kinds of questions.
Well, I guess by not answering, we can only come to one conclusion. It's true.
I'm sorry, Mari Lynn. No, we haven't found Wade yet.
And what's the news?
I received word earlier from a hotel owner on the outskirts of Landview. Now, apparently, Leo, Christine, and Wade rented a room the night before last, but they took off yesterday afternoon.
How'd he know it was them?
He recognized him from the picture that was run in the banner this morning.
Did they all leave the hotel together?
No, he said he saw Leo leave first, and then Wade and Christine followed shortly after and checked out in a hurry. He did say that they all looked pretty run down.
Does he have any idea where they were headed?
Nope.
Were there any signs of Wade being forced into going with them?
Mari Lynn, I'm sorry, that's all I know. Now, if Wade gets in touch with you or stops by the house, or if you hear anything concerning his whereabouts, I want you to call me immediately.
All right.
Listen, I will call you if I come up with any new information, all right? Bo, I need to talk to you after I check in with my men.
All right, I'll catch up with you. You okay?
Why hasn't he called me? Or maybe he has. Maybe I should check with the switchboard.
Well, they let you know the minute that he did.
I'll probably call later.
Yeah.
Maybe this afternoon, right?
I hope so. Look, I'm going to talk to the stage manager and have him tack on just a little extra time to this break, okay? That way you can get it all together.
Thanks.
A secret city? Why? What was its purpose?
And how come you know so much about it, Gordon?
A timely gift from the government. The Freedom of Information Act. For years, I researched Lantano Mountain for its secrets. But all I found was a wall of lies. But now the wall's down, revealing the city of Eterna.
A nice explanation. Too bad I'm not buying it.
Wait just a minute. Why should he tell you anything? Last time anyone heard from you, you almost lured Viki to her death on this mountain. Besides, all three of you are wanted by the police.
I don't have to explain myself. I have as much right to be here as any of you.
I wouldn't make book on that.
Dad, don't. I can explain.
No, Christine.
There's no use hiding it any longer. I already told Viki how Michael Grant blackmailed you into going along with his schemes.
Christine, you told me that you were going to convince your father to give himself up to the police.
Viki, we had to take a detour to Canada to get Leo some medical attention.
We were coming to turn ourselves in, but my father insisted on showing me his discovery here on Lantano Mountain. Viki, this is what Michael Grant has been searching for all along. This is why he forced my father into deceiving you.
That's the truth, Viki.
Don't waste your breath defending me, Wade. I've beaten Michael Grant to the punch. That's all that matters.
Why? Why, Leo? I mean, I can see that this would be a major find for you, for an archaeologist. But why Michael Grant?
Well, I know why. Michael is a very complex man. There are any number of reasons why he would be interested in such a place.
You know, I would love to know what you're doing here, Gabrielle. And I'd also like to know what you were doing up on Lantano Mountain with Tina.
You know, I think we'd be much better discussing all this up on the surface.
You mean leave?
Look around, Leo. These walls don't look very stable or safe.
Boy, I'll say. You know, when I was in the library, all the ground around me was shaking.
Fine, that's good enough for me. Come on, folks, let's get moving.
I suppose we have no choice.
By all means, go. All of you. I'm staying.
Dad, you can't be serious. If he is, he's not the only one. I'm not leaving either.
Neil, what are you doing here? Bo barred you from the set. If he catches you
I
here...
know, but I had to see you.
How did you get in?
Well, I snuck in the back way. Look, I saw how upset you were when Captain Garrettson was talking to you. Was it about Wade?
Yeah. He was spotted leaving a hotel with Leo and Christine.
Well, so he's definitely in the country then. And he still hasn't called you yet? Oh, Mari Lynn, when are you gonna face reality? Wade isn't any good for you. He keeps hurting you, and you just keep going back for more.
What am I supposed to do? Just give up on him?
Well, he's given up on you.
But I still love him.
Even after he's asked you for a divorce?
Maybe he didn't write that letter. Maybe he's trying to get a hold of me right now to explain everything. Maybe he can't call me because he's afraid that the police will catch him.
Or maybe you're just trying really hard to believe what you want to believe. Mari Lynn, Wade obviously wants out, and the sooner you face that, the easier things are going to be.
And you're going to end up in jail if I ever catch you on this set again.
I'll be in touch.
No,
Okay?
you go on. Get out of here and you stay out.
If you're looking for adventure, Miss Medina, try skiing up at Lantano Lodge. This whole place could come crashing down on your head any minute.
You know, I know that Leo is flying without a propeller, but what's your story, Gabrielle? Why would you possibly want to stay here a moment longer than you had to?
Look, either you tell them or I will. Tina, I don't know what you're talking about. She doesn't want to leave the treasure.
Treasure.
What treasure?
The most precious kind. Gold. There's a whole
lot of it hidden somewhere in this city.
Tina, you promised me.
Look, don't be mad at me. I think they have just as much a right to know the truth as you do.
How did you possibly think you're going to keep all this to yourself?
I was going to share the gold with everyone when I found it.
Oh, yeah, right. With Michael Grand, maybe.
Gold.
Gold? Well, of course, everything makes sense now. Michael Grand's plot against me, and Leo's phony dig.
Dad, you didn't know?
I knew it was something of great value, something that Michael was desperate to find, but a mountain of gold. I beat you to it, Michael! I beat you!
I'm warning you all. The gold in Eterna has a curse upon it.
A curse? Oh, you mean like the pyramids?
In a way, Tina. Many years ago, the city was built to protect a great cache of gold bullion. It won't be at your fingertips waiting to be plucked like apples from a tree. If the gold is still there, it could be booby-trapped.
Scare tactics. Don't listen to him.
Well, listen to me. The minute I stepped foot in this place, that this cage came down and trapped me.
She's right. Tina's very lucky that Gabrielle came to get me, otherwise she'd still be trapped.
Oh, and that isn't even the worst of it.
Why, what do you mean?
Look, when Gabrielle went to get help, I heard some things.
That's the rumbling you were talking about.
Now they're talking about earthquakes. It's just so we'll leave them alone with the gold.
Dad, let her finish. Look, it wasn't just the earth rumbling or something. It was like the sound of machines, like these big gears turning on and off somewhere in the walls.
She's right. She's right. The air is circulating in here, and all the lights are working. Someone has to be keeping this place going. Who?
I'm really sorry, honey. Look, I know how both of you feel, but your father wants to handle this as soon as he feels that the time is right.
When is that going to be? Tomorrow? The next day? Never?
Honey, I promise you, as soon as he gets back. Back from where, Mom? We don't even know where he is.
I mean, at least tell us where he is.
I don't know.
Great. You don't know where he is. You're not going to tell us the truth.
Honey, please calm down.
Calm down? How do you expect me to calm down when one of us could be Vicky's daughter? Please. Please, Mom, you can't leave town without telling us the truth.
Look, I'm sorry. I have a plane to catch. Look, I promise you that as soon as your father comes back, I will be on the next plane back to Llanfair, and we'll all sit down, and he'll answer all your questions. Goodbye, darling. Goodbye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Girls, I'm not doing this to hurt you. It's the only way, believe me. I love you. Both of you. Very much.
You seem a little on edge.
Yeah, well, maybe that's because Sarah and I almost got blown away this morning.
Yeah, believe me, Bo, it's not going to happen again.
Well, it better not. Rafe, I know your first priority is to catch this guy, but I've got a cast and a crew that I have to protect.
I realize that.
Well, good. And don't lecture me about not taking the law into my own hands, because I'm going to do everything I possibly can to catch this maniac and protect my people. Starting with keeping these creeps out of the studio like that Neil, what's his name?
Well, Mari Lynn's fan club president?
Yeah, that's the guy. I'm not accusing him of anything, but I'd appreciate it if you do a background check on that kid, okay? Just to make sure.
Yeah, I'll get right on it.
All right. I better get back to my job, too. You know, I may be producing an Emmy Award-winning show here, but that statue isn't going to really mean anything if it's got blood on it.
I don't know about you, but I have a feeling that this secret is going to be a shocker if we ever find out what it is.
God, I've never seen Mom so upset.
Or flustered.
Or unable to confront a situation. I mean, can you believe the way she ran out of us?
It's obviously something in the air. First Dad and now Mom.
Well, I mean, I think we both know what it is, Megan. I just don't think we can get them to admit it.
Damn it, Sarah, will you stop with this theory of yours? I am telling you, it is impossible that I am Viki Buchanan's daughter. My God, every time we cross paths, it's a knock-down, drag-out fight.
Big deal. You're always fighting with Mom, too.
She's my mother, Sarah. It's different. Viki Buchanan and I just hate each other.
What, are you going to tell me that you didn't see how upset and flustered Mom got when I confronted her with Clint's theory? I mean, if it wasn't true, then why couldn't she answer our questions?
I'm not getting through to you, am I? You're not going to give up on this issue.
No, I'm not. Because I'm afraid it's the only logical conclusion. One of us is Viki's daughter.
Fine. You believe what you want if it makes you happy. But as far as I am concerned, Sarah, I am a Gordon. First, last, and always.
Viki, everyone, take my word for it. No one could possibly be left alive down here. Not after...
After what, Roger?
Why should we take his word for anything? What makes him the authority on this place he called... What was it?
Eterna.
I learned about Eterna through my research.
Research?
That's right, Leo. You're not the only one who pores over old maps and notes looking for lost worlds.
I thought you were an environmentalist, not an explorer.
Well, my travels take me to many unusual places. For years, I'd heard about a serious threat to the ecology here on Llanfair Mountain. To my surprise, I found evidence of something much more extraordinary. A secret city.
Roger, you've been in Llanfair quite a while now. You've even written a column for us at the Banner. Why haven't you mentioned this until now?
I'm almost too embarrassed to say it. Until I had solid proof, I didn't want to tell anyone for fear of them laughing in my face.
And people think I stretch the truth. Ecology, hell. You've been after the gold the whole time, just like Michael Grant.
Oh, when I catch up with you, Leo.
Why would I insist we leave, Leo, if I was after the gold? Unlike you, I don't have to profit from this place.
If Roger is right about these walls being unstable, I would suggest we all follow his advice and leave together, gold or no gold.
Yeah, I second that. Well, of course, that's fine for you, Tina. I mean, you can go back to Llanfair and clip coupons in the lap of luxury. But I've come too far to go away empty-handed.
You and me both, sister.
You know, Leo, that's exactly what I would expect from you. But you, Gabrielle, your greed could cost you your life.
Don't talk to me about greed, Viki. When it was your father who helped create this place to begin with.
My father?
Yes. Your father was part of a consortium of millionaires from all over the world. They didn't get together to end world hunger or establish world peace. Their motives were purely selfish. In the face of a raging Cold War, they decided to protect their illegal millions.
That's why Eterna was built?
Oh, yes, they said it was to be an experimental city. They fooled everyone, including the volunteers who were going to live here. The whole thing was a scam. The volunteers, without their knowing, were really the guardians of the gold.
I'm afraid it's true, Viki. Your father owned the property. The others paid for the construction.
So if anyone is guilty of greed, it's your father, Victor Lord.
All right, Gabrielle, that's enough.
More than enough. Let's leave now.
Then leave, Gordon. No one's stopping you.
He's right. There'll be more gold for us to share.
Daddy, I am not leaving you here alone.
No, I'm not going. I'm not going to let Leo and Gabrielle take my father's gold.
Tina?
No, I mean, no, that gold is our inheritance. It's not theirs. It's not fair.
Wait. I want to get out of here just as much as anybody else. Maybe more. But there's got to be a compromise here. I say we split up for a little while and search for the gold.
No, wait, you heard what Mr. Gordon said.
Listen, all we need is 30 minutes, a half an hour. That's it. And if no one finds any gold, we all go back up to the surface and discuss the next move.
30 minutes. Not enough time.
It's not enough time. This place is immense. Could go on for miles.
And the gold could be anywhere.
And this whole place could come crashing down on our heads at any second. So I say forget it, let's go. Come on, Tina.
No. No, Court, I was here all last night, and
I think Wade's idea seems pretty fair. Viki, what do you think?
Well, I think anything is better than standing here arguing and waiting for disaster.
All right. Then let's get it over with. Viki, I'll take you with me. Board, you and Tina can join us.
Good, because I want Leo on my side.
We think alike, Miss Medina. I want you where I can watch you, too.
All right, Daddy. Wade and I will come along with you.
We'll begin in the library. Remember, 30 minutes. That's all.
I really don't get it, Clint. I mean, Tina was determined to stay out of trouble after she married Cord. I mean, she was doing a damn good job. Why all of a sudden she pulled one of her harebrained disappearing acts?
I don't know, Pa.
Did you call the state police?
Yeah. They had a couple fellas up there late yesterday, but they didn't see anyone. They called them again this morning. They said they still haven't found her.
I assume Cord is still looking for her, right?
Oh, he spent the entire night trying to find her. He came back for a little while and then took off again. He's back up in the mountain now.
Do you have any idea what happened to her?
All I know is she left her hotel in New York, picked up a rental car, and drove up to Lantana Mountain to take a look at the property that Viki gave her and Cord for a wedding present.
Well, what about Viki? I mean, you think she might have a handle on what her sister's doing?
I'm sure she'd have called us in the Banner if she had any idea what Tina was doing.
I'm surprised she's not moving heaven and earth to find her.
Well, I'm also sure that she's using all of Banner's resources to try to track Tina down.
I'll stop interrupting you. I'm going to call the state police and light a fire under them. And you believe it or not, Clint, I've become very fond of Tina. And I want her found. Pronto.
Why wasn't I more careful? Why didn't I pay attention to what I was doing? What could Wade be doing? Why hasn't he called me?
Look, Mari Lynn, he will, okay? He will. Just concentrate on your script.
I'm sorry.
Listen, you can't go reliving your mistakes. What has happened, and you can't change the past.
Why not? Why can't I wake up and find out that this is all... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about Wade. What if he's in trouble?
Oh, Mari Lynn! Can we just get through this scene once without your mentioning Wade between every line?
I'm sorry, but I thought you knew what I was going through.
Yes, I know what you're going through. I understand that you have problems. Well, I have problems too, but I don't bring them here on the set.
Well, fine, Megan. Then I'll just take them somewhere else.
No, Mari Lynn, I'm sorry. Mari Lynn, no, I'm sorry. Nice going, Megan. When are you going to learn to be sensitive to other people's feelings?
Seems to me you owe a portion of your success to the public. You should accommodate the press.
The working press, yes, not some rank amateur.
I find your arrogance rather hard to believe.
And I can't believe your blind spot when it comes to Christine Cromwell.
Tell me something. How is it possible that your sister is so nice, and you, on the other hand, are, well, quite the opposite?
Yes, it's true that Sarah and I are very different. She bends over backwards to see the good in people. She must have had to do backflips when it comes to you.
I've dealt with some fairly impossible people over the years, Megan. But you're about as stubborn, willful, and totally unwilling to admit that you're wrong as anyone I've ever met.
And so are you. But we both know why, don't we, Mrs. Buchanan? You're defending that lousy photographer not because she's on your staff, but because she's your daughter. It's nepotism, pure and simple.
You see, my father knew your father years ago and obviously thought well enough of him to set him up in business. Your father's never mentioned that to you, or the fact that he knew me way back then?
Is there a point to all of these questions, Viki, or are you just enjoying prying into other people's lives?
I'm not prying.
Well, this certainly is an idle party conversation.
Or perhaps the questions got a bit too personal, but that's because they're very important to me.
Well, if they're so important to you, then why don't you ask my father?
I have asked your father. He won't answer me.
Maybe that's because it's none of your business.
Yes, it most certainly is my business if it affects me.
I'm sorry, but I hate to pop your bubble, but there are things that go on in this world that have nothing to do with Viki Buchanan. And the sooner that you learn that, the better off we'll all be. In the meantime, please don't bother me with your problems.
Oh, no. You don't walk away from me, young lady, until I straighten out this little attitude problem of yours once and for all.
No. It's impossible. Viki Buchanan is not my mother.
I never should have let Gabrielle talk me into this silly treasure hunt. I don't want the gold. I just want to get home to CJ.
Well, I agree with you there, girl.
Yes, well, I could care less about the gold as well, but since the only way to pacify the others was to agree to split up and look for it, I think we should just do our bit and get it over with.
No, it's obviously not here.
You know, maybe there's some kind of a secret panel or something around here.
Honey, be careful what you touch. I don't want you to end up in a cage like I did.
What's wrong, Roger?
Oh, nothing. Why?
You seem strangely affected by this place.
No, I was just thinking about the people who live down here and how they must have felt when they found out they were being used by a handful of greedy, wealthy men. Men who were more interested in their precious gold than human pain and suffering. Oh, I'm sorry, Viki. I didn't
That's all right. That's okay. I long ago learned that my father put his own interests ahead of everything else. Actually, since I've learned that he was connected to Eterna, certain things have begun to make sense to me.
What things?
When Gabrielle first brought me here, when I descended into the tunnel, I realized that it was the same tunnel that's been in my dreams recently. Somehow I am just as connected to Eterna as my father was.
I wouldn't put so much stock in a dream, Victoria. Viki.
Cord? Tina? Why don't we split up? Roger and I will stay here, and you could explore the rest of Eterna.
Look, Viki, I don't think that's such a good idea. This whole place is like some kind of a big maze. I mean, we can split up now.
We won't get lost. Really, we won't. Besides, I think the sooner we find out that there's no treasure here, the sooner we'll all get out.
I think you're right there. All right, we'll meet y'all back in the big room, all right? Just be careful.
Roger, that's not the first time you've called me Victoria. And every time you do, I get this feeling inside. It's a feeling I can't shake. Maybe it just reminds you of when I knew you when you were a young girl, through your father, that is. No, it's more than that. And being here in this place, it's made the feeling much stronger. Why is that, Roger? Was our relationship somehow connected to Eterna?
Looking for something? Why so shocked, Michael? Didn't you expect to see me again? Funny. I always knew you'd show up sooner or later.
Leo, I am glad to see you.
Glad?
You're a clever man. I always knew that you would find this place eventually.
Did you?
I bet you know what's hidden here, too.
Oh, let me see now. What would that be? Santa's workshop. Oh, The Easter Bunny's egg nest. I've got it. How about the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow?
There's no need to play any games now. We both know the gold is hidden here somewhere.
We're not alone. Your little secret is out. Half the population of Llanview is down the rabbit hole. They're all looking for the gold.
Oh, let them look. With your archaeological skills and my knowledge of this place, we can find it before the rest and then share it together.
You always were the soul of generosity, weren't you, Michael? You blackmailed me, you used me, you even used my daughter. And then when you were through with me, you threw me to the wolves. Quite literally!
Of course, terribly. I always meant to repay you.
Oh, you repaid me all right. You and your flunkies left me to die on the top of Llanfair Mountain. Wounded, sick, freezing. You thought you were rid of me, didn't you, Michael?
No. My men were supposed to make sure that you were well taken care of.
You took care of me. But I survived in spite of you. For one thing, my hatred of you kept me going. And now that I am back from the grave, stronger than ever, it's my turn to repay you.
Oh, hold it.
You think you can frighten me with that?
You're a sick man, Leo. I think you should go back to the surface and seek help.
You're the one who needs help, Michael. You're not going to shoot me. You'll just bring the others, and then you'll never get your precious gold.
Such delusions. I think you can find a psychiatrist up there who would be willing to take you free of charge, Leo. Because you're a fascinating case study. A complete and total failure, not only as a father, but as an archaeologist and as a man.
Viki, you have a right to know everything, but not here. Not now. Trust me, there'll be plenty of time for this once we get back to Llanview, but now our top priority should be getting out of this place.
Well, no, I mean, we have a little time before the others will even agree to leave. Please, tell me why being here with you makes me feel like this. Tell me how you and I are connected to Eterna.
Look, Viki, we've wasted too much time down here already. We have to get out before it's too late.
No, please don't call the others back yet.
We have to leave now, Viki.
Don't do this to me, please. Don't tell me that you have the answers that I need and then hold back the answers.
I just don't have the time to go into it right now.
I don't want you to tell me everything that happened 25 years ago. Just tell me why Miss Lovett didn't tell me the truth.
You talked to Miss Lovett?
Yes, I did. Look, I was convinced that you and I were connected in the past somehow, and I went to California and I talked to her. She convinced me otherwise. And so I came back to Llanview believing that Megan and Sarah are indeed your daughters, yours and Carrie's, and that I have no connection to them at all. But now I'm starting to doubt it all over again.
I don't know why you should.
Roger, do you have any idea at all how awful it is to have the same awful, horrible dreams night after night, nightmares that are so bad I can't even close my eyes for fear of them? I have this vision of a young man. I can't see his face, but I know that he is so terribly important to me. And he's standing there and he's telling me to go back, and then I see him disappear behind a terrible explosion. Do you have any idea of the pain and the horror that those dreams have caused me? Roger, all I want from you is the truth. I need to know the truth. The truth about my past, about this place. The truth about the young man in my dreams. The young man that I loved so terribly so many years ago. Oh my God, it sounds like a gun.
Come on.
Viki? Oh, hi.
She's at the office, Sarah.
No, she's not. I just stopped over there, and they said she left shortly after she got in this morning.
That's strange. I wonder why she didn't call me and tell me where she was going.
Look, Clint, there's something that I think you should know. I came over here to talk to Viki about it, but maybe you ought to know first.
Know what?
I think you're right about the secret Roger's keeping. I'm convinced that Megan or I could be Vicky's daughter.
Did Roger tell you that?
Now, I can't even seem to locate him, but after I saw Mom's reaction when I told her about your theory, I mean, it's the only conclusion that I could come up with. Look, I've got to tell you, it's got me pretty scared.
Of what? The fact that it might be you?
I don't want you to get me wrong, you know? I mean, I love Vicky. She's always been there for me when I needed her, and I mean, she's made me feel like a part of this family, Clint, but...
But what?
I don't know. It frightens me. All of it frightens me. Everything's happening so fast, and I guess it's the uncertainty. I just don't know how to act anymore, or what to think, or anything.
Well, maybe it's a good thing Viki isn't here. Maybe I can straighten out these pieces for you before you take this to her.
I'll tell you, I could really use a strong shoulder to lean on.
Well, I leaned on yours often enough. I reckon it's about time I return the favor.
I just got off the phone with the state police. Oh, sorry, Sarah, for interrupting. Could you excuse us for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, God. What if it is me? What if I'm Vicky's daughter? My whole life has been a lie. My parents have kept the truth from me from the day I was born, and they still are.
Well, what truth?
That my mom isn't my mom. Vicky is. And if Vicky doesn't even know it, as far as I know, my dad never told anyone.
Well, maybe because that's not really true. I mean, come on, Sarah. It's really pretty hard to believe.
Don't you think I know that? How am I going to tell her? How am I going to convince Vicky that I'm her daughter?
So you don't know this for a fact?
Well, Megan and I went to my mom, but I mean, from the way she reacted, it was just obvious we were right. One of us is definitely Vicky's daughter.
But I thought you said you were.
I am.
Well, then what's this about Megan?
Bono, it can't possibly be Megan. She's nothing like Vicky. Can't you see? It has to be me. Yeah.
You big boy, have the gun. Come and kill him! I tell you, it's out of his mind! Killing you would be the sanest act of my life.
You don't know what you're saying!
Oh, but I do. Look at him, Viki. Didn't I tell you that Michael Mann was responsible for all the harm that's been done to you? Now you have the proof.
Michael, you followed me, didn't you?
To answer your questions, I'm not on trial yet.
No, not yet. But Leo's right. Your being here at all means that you have known about the golden Eterna all along.
Believe that lunatic. I followed Gabrielle here because I was concerned about her welfare.
Oh, yeah? But how do you explain the gun? I know it's not Leo's. He was unarmed when we got here.
It's not mine. Tell me, Gabrielle.
I won't lie for you anymore.
All right. How about the truth this time, Mr. Graham?
We know the truth, don't we? Leo tried to tell me, so did Christine. You used both of them in your efforts to turn me into Nicky Smith, and when that didn't work, you resorted to kidnapping me and recreating the moment when Nicky Smith was first born. I didn't believe them. I could not understand that a man could go to such lengths. And now I know. I understand that it was just your greed. It was your unquenchable lust for gold.
You have to understand me. I never intended any harm to you. It was a necessary decision. Necessary! We'll take care of him later. But now...
Gunshot must have caused a vibration. That go throughout the cabin.
But that sound's coming from the outside. Roger, you don't think...
We'd better get out of here now, or we'll be trapped down here forever.